Welcome to Microcourse 3, Gender Equality in the Context of Climate Change and Food Security. This is the third course in a series of 6 microcourses designed to empower you and your community to address climate change, build resilience, and advocate for gender equality in the fight for food security. Together, these microcourses are part of the SCARF initiative, a transformative course focused on climate action, food security, and empowering communities. But let's face the truth, climate change impacts women and children most severely. It's not just about the availability of food, it's about equity, empowerment, and ensuring that the most vulnerable among us are protected and given the opportunity to thrive. Have you ever wondered why women and children are often the first to suffer when climate disasters hit? Or why, in many communities, women who grow and produce food are left out of the decision-making process that impact their survival? The truth is, climate change is not just an environmental issue, it's a gender issue. Women, who are often the primary food growers and caregivers, are disproportionately affected by the impacts of climate change. So, why aren't they at the forefront of climate action? This course will explore deep connection between gender, climate change, and food security, and how we can flip the script to empower women and build more resilient communities. In this microcourse, we'll dive into the roles and perceptions of gender, how society's expectations of men and women shape their ability to respond to climate risks. But more importantly, we'll focus on solutions. You'll learn how to engage family and community members in conversations about inclusive livelihoods, how to support women-led conservation projects, and why it's essential to include women in decision-making processes when it comes to food security. Here's what you can expect from this micro course. You'll gain an understanding of gender and sex and how these differences play out in everyday life, especially in rural and agricultural settings. We'll dive into the critical difference between gender equality and gender equity and why both matter when it comes to climate action. You'll learn about the importance of gender equality in mitigating climate change and why empowering women is a key step towards achieving food security. Finally, you'll explore examples of successful women-led conservation projects and how these can be models for mobilizing other family and community members. This microcourse is for anyone involved in climate action at the grassroots level, particularly those working in agriculture or community development. It's for volunteers, community leaders, health workers, and anyone in a position to support women and children in the fight against climate change. Whether you're looking to expand your own knowledge or help educate your community, this course will give you the tools to make a real difference. After viewing this microcourse video, you will have the knowledge and skill set to describe the differences between gender and sex and why these distinctions are crucial in the context of climate change.
Equality, and no one would object equality, no one should object equality, and it just means that women should have equal rights as men. And then I said, well, it's very simple, it's not as complicated as some people have made it.
Understand the difference between gender equality and gender equity and why both are necessary for true climate resilience. Discuss the vital role of women in food production, conservation, and community leadership, and why empowering women leads to stronger communities. Engage your family, friends, and neighbors in conversations about gender equality and inclusive livelihoods, encouraging them to support women in leading climate change actions. Identify suitable conservation techniques to ensure food and nutrition security, particularly in communities most vulnerable to climate change. Have you ever considered how much stronger our communities would be if women were empowered to lead climate action? Imagine a world where women are not just victims of climate change, but the architects of sustainable solutions. Women have always been at the heart of food production and conservation. So why aren't they leading the charge in building resilient food systems? By understanding the unique challenges they face and by supporting gender equality, we can unlock a powerful solution to both climate change and food insecurity. Gender equality isn't just a lofty ideal, it's a practical, essential strategy for building stronger, more resilient communities. This microcourse will guide you through the steps to engage your community, support women in leadership roles, and make sure that no one is left behind in the fight against climate change. Welcome to Microcourse 3, where together we can ensure that food security and gender equality go hand in hand. This publication was made possible through the funding provided by Global Affairs Canada under the Empowering Women and Girls project. The Commonwealth of Learning wishes to thank the contributors to this video: Kuntal De, Sandy Hart, Francis Ferreira, Cyrus Kithuva, and Colin Somondi.